Cheryl Reeve absolutely wrecks and embarrasses Stephanie White, and I am here for it. And look, I don't know if this was sort of a passive aggressive attack on Stephanie White or not, but y'all know a lot of petty people in the WNBA. So it very well could have been part that, especially coming from Cheryl, because y'all know I did a video at the time, real quick, that headed to the 2024 All-Star game. Ariel Powers was heading and she was doing a video on her trip and she's getting on the plane and this and that. For those that don't know, she had played for Cheryl and got shipped out because it didn't work. Let's just say oil and water. And believe it or not, just randomly, she ended up on the plane to the All-Star game, All-Star weekend, and she was sitting next to Cheryl Reeve, but that didn't last long because when Cheryl Reeve realized that, she got up and she went across the aisle and switched with someone else, so she did not have to sit next to Ariel Powers. But I want you to listen to a brief clip. This is only like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds of Cheryl Reeve. She's being asked about Olivia Miles. Now, as you know, man, I think it was only 2 games into the season. I said Olivia Miles is going to be Rookie of the Year. Bam. I was sure of that. I'm still sure of that. In fact, she's going to be an all-star. And by the way, she's going to be a point guard all-star player. So just let that sink in for a second. As I had mentioned in another video, Caitlin Clark may very well not be on the all-star team. Yes, that is very possible. Because no, it ain't about the fans. That is a part of it. So the fans can be a part of it. But it is not the be-all, end-all. And Olivia Miles will take a point guard spot on the All-Star team, just so you know. But it wasn't just what I saw from Olivia Miles and what her stats were those first couple of games. It was Cheryl. And y'all know I'm not a fan of Cheryl Reeve the person, but she can coach. She can coach. And what I saw was, okay, she brought in the rookie and she gave the rookie the keys. Stephanie White has taken the keys away from Caitlin Clark. Cheryl gave the keys to Olivia Miles. And in recognizing that, not just that Olivia was really good the first 2 games, but in recognizing that she got the keys, say, well, yeah, well, then that's going to be season long and she's going to keep going and she's going to keep getting better. And that means she's going to be legit. This wasn't, oh, the rookie had 2 great games, but now she's going to get coached up and she's going to be changed. It's all of this other stuff. So I want you to listen very closely to this clip of Cheryl talking about Olivia Miles because it relates very, very much to the issues with Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark in Indy. And we got to talk about it. By the way, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate all of your support. I know I mentioned it in another video, but it's still wild to me, especially after the way the last off season went, that we've hit 16,000 of you. 16,000. Now let's jack that up so fast that I don't even have to talk about 17 or 18. A lot of people comment about, hey, man, we're getting close to that 19,000 representing the 19. That's very true. But we might as well hit a nice 20, right? Let's go. Let's hit 20,000. Anyway, quick favor, like, comment, subscribe. I truly do appreciate it. It really does matter. So anyway, let's take a listen to Cheryl Reeve. I want you to listen to talk about Olivia Miles and really let this sink in with what you've been seeing with Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark, because we're also going to have to go back in time to some things Caitlin Clark said about Stephanie White that very much relates to this and is a huge problem for the Indiana Fever.
I don't coach. A lot of times she'll say, you know, what do you want me to look for? And I say, whatever your instincts tell you is there. I don't coach her passing at all. I try to stay out of the way of that. We try to play call to feature, you know, some of the things that we know she's going to find. She's just has an incredible, incredible gift on the instincts of who's open, when they're open, you know, just sees it before everybody else. And so timing is so crucial. If you've got a shooter open, that by the time it touches their fingers, they can let it go. Because if you're a tick late, you know, defender has a chance to get back to you, and that shot looks different. Pick and roll game, you know, etc. It's a gift. And that's what we've talked about. It's a generational gift. If you just don't see it very often. And obviously she makes things easier for her teammates.
Sweet mother of all that is good and pure. Do you, I think I might have to get changed. I may have wet myself if this was actually Caitlin Clark's coach talking about Caitlin Clark in this manner. Because if it was, here's the thing, I'm telling you, Caitlin Clark would be averaging 25 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds per game with ease if this was Caitlin Clark's coach talking about Caitlin Clark. I said that at the beginning of the season because there were a couple of people comments were like, "Oh, 25-12." I didn't get She averaged what, 22 and 10 post Olympic break her rookie year when Christy Sides gave her the keys? Yeah. Caitlin Clark, allowed to be Caitlin Clark, easily averages 25-12. There's no doubt in my mind. That was some of the most glorious stuff I've ever heard a coach say about a point guard, about a very good point guard. That is what Stephanie White should be saying about Caitlin Clark. No, scratch that. I'm tired of the saying. That is what Stephanie White should be letting happen in games with Caitlin Clark. But what do we get? Y'all remember? Because I did a video on it where Caitlin Clark, did you hear the way she talked about the passing and not wanting to take that away and all of that? That's the opposite of what Stephanie White has done with Caitlin Clark. It's the opposite. Y'all remember? Even Caitlin Clark said it. There was one game, I forget which game, where and what really kind of pissed me off is Caitlin Clark was proud of this when she made a decision not to make a pass to Kelsey Mitchell for an easy fast break layup that Caitlin Clark could make with her eyes closed, that Caitlin Clark could make being asleep. And she was proud because you know what? That is what Stephanie White wanted, right? The whole risk reward nonsense that Stephanie White wanted. No, Caitlin, we don't want you to pass. We don't want you to throw Caitlin Clark passes. We don't want that at all. That, oh my God, there's too much risk. Oh my God, it just hurts the team. Oh my God, no, no, no. Be Sue Bird. Be a boring role playing point guard. Be the fourth option on the team. Make very simple passes. Set picks for other players. Go stand in the corner. Go play defense on your own against the other team's best player, even if they're 6, 7 inches taller than you. We're going to use you. We're not going to let you be you. And we don't give a crap because we don't give a crap about you. In fact, we'd be happy to run you right out of the league. That is Stephanie White and the Indiana Fever front office. You cannot convince me otherwise. That is absolutely what they are trying to do. This right here, I'm going to play it again because it is short and it is really important to listen to. This should be the exact speech we're hearing from Caitlin Clark's coach. But the other thing is, it connects to reality. This is what we actually are seeing on the court with Olivia Miles.
She'll say, what do you want me to look for? And I say, whatever your instincts tell you is there. I don't coach her passing at all.
I don't coach her passing at all. Stephanie White not only coaches Caitlin Clark's passing, she is trying to take away Caitlin Clark's passing from her game with this fake bullshit about risk and reward.
I try to stay out of the way of that. We try to play call to feature, some of the things that we know she's going to find.
We play call to feature Olivia Miles' strengths, while the Indiana Fever play calls to eliminate Caitlin Clark's strengths. This is absolutely wild stuff.
She just has an incredible gift on the instincts of who's open, when they're open. Just sees it before everybody else, and so time.
Incredible gift on who's open, when they're open, and sees it before anyone else. Who does that sound like she's describing to you? We all know that's Caitlin Clark. But again, Stephanie White has said, oh, hold up. Hold it now. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Y'all better know that one. Y'all better know that one. I don't care if it's before most of y'all's time. You better know that one. Sadly, she is not talking about Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark's coach would never talk like this about Caitlin Clark because that's exactly what she wants to take away from Caitlin Clark's game.
Timing is so crucial. If you've got a shooter open, that by the time it touches their fingers, they can let it go. Because if you're a tick late, defender has a chance to get back to you, and that shot looks different. Pick and roll game,
Pick and roll game. Hey, you know who's got the best pick and roll game in the WNBA? That's Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. By the way, that's even with the fact that Aaliyah Boston doesn't set very good screens. In fact, Aaliyah Boston is who Aaliyah Boston is because of the pick and roll game, which is why you're seeing a less than Aaliyah Boston right now because Stephanie White said, oh, hold up. Hold it now. We're going to take away the pick and roll. Now, the rest of the league loves that. They don't want to see the pick and roll. And Stephanie White has obliged by saying, don't worry, we'll take it away.
etc. It's a gift. And that's what we talked about. It's a generational gift. You just don't see it very often. And obviously, she makes things easier for her teammates.
Makes things easier for her teammates. Who else does that sound like? I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds like this speech could have been said about Caitlin Clark, should have been said about Caitlin Clark. By the way, did you know that after the Liberty game, I believe it was after the Liberty game, Stephanie White saying the same old crap she's been saying since she got here about, well, we gotta figure out how to get Caitlin Clark some open looks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we do know what you're saying. You're lying. Because if you have not figured out how to get Caitlin Clark open looks by now, you have no business coaching and you should resign out of shame and embarrassment. Two things, of course, we know that you don't have. Absolutely insane. By the way, I just would like to point out that one of the problems with Caitlin Clark's shooting this year that no one's talking about, I should probably do another video just on that, is exactly this. Because of the crappy system from Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark is getting frustrated and having to get shots up on her own. And so she's forcing more shots. She's also so confused that she's actually passing up the few open opportunities that she has, which I've never seen her do before. But she's forcing shots because she's not getting anything in the flow of Stephanie White's system. So she's forcing difficult shots, and she's forcing difficult shots from three, which of course is going to make her percentage less because she doesn't get to just sit out in the 3-point line and allow the gravity of a teammate to get her wide open to where they actually pass her the ball. That always is helpful. So she can take a wide open practice three, which is what her teammates get to do, which is why their percentages look so damn good. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope everyone watches this video. I hope this video gets so many likes and views and everything because this needs to go around because this is it right here. Cheryl Reeve talking about Olivia Miles like this, the way that Stephanie White should be talking about Caitlin Clark. I mean, if this doesn't tell you that Stephanie White needs her butt fired, she needs to get kicked out of Indiana, the front office needs to get fired, I don't know what else to tell you. All I can tell you is you don't know basketball or you're a Caitlin Clark hater and you're trying to hide behind Stephanie White's record as a coach in the WNBA. Oh my God, she's so good. She sucks. She sucks. She's a terrible coach. And she hates Caitlin Clark. So, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to y'all later.